Welcome to BrickTsar. I'm Jabbo, and I may have a concussion. Hit my head on this train table earlier before filming this, so hopefully I can get through this. It's not the first time my head's been hit, so yeah, we should be all right. So this video, I got my little book. This is the one that was sent to me by the manufacturer of this. It makes these little pins and such. Did a video last year with that, so I'm going to put this book to use this year. So I've gone in here and I've wrote down some notes for things I want to do this year. And this video is going to be a summary of some vintage sets that I want to try to piece together or buy during 2022. So I've made a list of about 10 or so different Lego sets that I want to try to do. We're going to look at those and not in any particular order. And then other goals for 2022. I wrote them down here. So they say when you write down your goals, you're more likely to do them. So one of the goals is to build the #1 idea book, or number 221. I'm looking at it over there. It's got both a 1 and a 221 on. It's the one from the mid-70s, one I had as a child, and it has a lot of simple builds in there. I want to build all of those at some point and have them stored in containers where I could take them to a show. So the 221 idea book, that's one of the goals. The other goal is to get over 1,000 tippers. We're at Brick Fair we ended up with 787. So beginning, as far as this video, I'm starting with 787 built tippers and whatever else we get during the year. I got a lot of packages I got to open in an upcoming video. The other, which we've already started, is the Chima Purge. I've been getting all of them out of the boxes. There's quite a lot of them, and I've already parted out some of the bigger ones. I need to continue working on that until the Chima boxes are all gone. Oh, speaking of Chima though, where is it? Did I leave it over? Oh, I put it away. Oh, here it is. So I was going through that Technic lot, and I found this piece here in there. There's actually a couple of these, and I was like, oh, that's not Lego. But then I said, well, it kind of looks like an axle would go there. And then I turned it over, and on the back you can see Lego on it. And then I'm like, I don't even know what this thing is. It's weird, and it's actually pretty cool. I was very disappointed to learn that this came from a Chima set. So, yeah. So I'm going to keep that. Why do they do this to me? All right, but yeah, I'm still going to get rid of all the other Chima stuff. Also going to purge Ninjago sets. I got a lot of Ninjago sets. There's some that I really like that I'm going to keep, obviously, like the city ones, the more majestic buildings, and the shark-related ones. But I think all the other smaller vehicles and such I'll get rid of. I might even get rid of the Epic Dragon Battle, which was one of the earliest Lego reviews we ever did. I might get rid of that one. And then, of course, going through all my duplicates. We're going to get this stuff organized. Primarily, Julian Bricksmith made a suggestion about grouping them by year, which I could do with the older years, but I'm going to do a combination of group by year and by theme, and get rid of some of the duplicates, especially the more modern stuff, and then continue organization and consolidation of parts to free up some space in the basement. But this video, we're going to talk about my top wanted vintage sets for 2022. I made this list, and then I actually ordered one of the things on the list, so I already got it. But the #1 thing on the list, well, the first item on the list wasn't, these are, again, not in any particular order, it was, I see on the shelf in the office we have the Lego games, and I wanted the boxed version of the hand car from Lego Loco. Lego Loco was one of those games I bought when it originally came out. I also bought Lego Island 2. We opened all those, but TheyMightBeBricks has been trying to collect sealed versions. I don't have a sealed version of Lego Loco, but I do have my original game box and instructions and all that. But back in the day, when I wasn't as attached to my Lego as I guess I should have been, I sold this guy. the Train Master, which is in Lego Island 2, I think he's in. But this goes with Lego Loco. So, yeah, I got a sealed version of this. I do have an opened version of this set with no box, but I want the sealed, so I'm gonna put this upstairs in the Lego Loco box. I think I still gotta find all the pamphlets. I got those somewhere. They may already be in the box, but yeah. So this, I've already got one thing off the list. Yes! If I do just one a month, I can complete this list. Because there's technically 12, maybe 13 items on this list, but this is one of them, and we got it now. So I'm, even though I'm late in the months doing my 2022 goals here, at least I already got one of the items. And some of these I've kind of already started on. The next is 3 sets. It's the mini wheel model maker sets that were the craft, I think the craft send-off. Check out Brick Train's channel. He did videos on all of them, number 1, number 2, and number 3. It's the little mini wheel vehicles that are not really in anything else. They're very odd builds. There are discrepancies between what is shown on the pictures and what is shown in the instructions and what is shown in inventories on some of these. But this came out in 1971, those 3 sets. So that's 3 things I want to piece together. Pretty much all common parts, so I can piece them together. I have one of the instructions. So basically I need to piece these together and try to find the 2 copies of the other instructions that I don't have. Oh, I forgot to say, this came out in 1998, which is one of the most modern things on my list, by the way. I do have one thing that is more recent, but this will be the last thing we talk about. But yeah, 1971, the mini wheel model maker sets. I want to get all 3 of those. So that we're up to 4 items on our thing. So the next one is one that I've wanted to piece together. I think this is a Samsonite set. It's set 248. That's the factory with conveyor belt. I want to get the instructions, and that's it. I think this was probably one of those like Sears or FAO Shorts types things where it came in a brown mailer. Don't know if it was ever available in stores, but 248. The factory with conveyor belt from 1971 is one I want to piece together. Again, it should be all common parts, except there is a part that was only in this set, but we've talked about cut base plates before. Back then, there was the 50 by 50 base plate, which today the base plate is 48 by 48. The large base plate is 48 by 48, but a lot of them back then were 50 by 50. And this set does not have a 50 by 50. It has a 25 by 50 base plate. And since we've determined that Lego or Samsonite, they did tend to just cut the smaller base plates from the bigger ones, I thought if I found a base plate that was maybe had a corner broken out of it and had 2 good corners, I would just cut it and make the 25 by 50 out of it. But we will see. I have a package coming that may solve this problem for me. I will have to see when it comes. So look for that very soon in an upcoming video. So I'm already working on some of these. And some of these I've already started piecing together, but I hadn't started piecing this one together yet. But 248, the factory with conveyor belts, definitely one that I want to be working on. The next one is one of those that's I've been wanting to do. I did get the base plate for it last year or the year before last. It's been I don't remember what year it was, but it's the set 367, the mini wheel. I think, what's the airport? I think it's airport with mini vehicles. I forget what they call it. But it's another one of those very rare, hard to find sets. I don't know if I'll be able to find the instructions, but fortunately somebody has posted the instructions finally after all these years so I can build it. I have the base plate, which is the hard part to get. So I've been working on piecing together the other parts. That set came out in 1970. Oh, we got the oldest set on my list. It's from 1964. It's set 305, and it's a fire truck. It's a brick-built, wheel-based fire truck. So this is one of the first Lego brick-built fire trucks. There was a fire station that came out before this, but it used the HO scale vehicles. I think this is the actual first built fire truck, not the first fireman set, but the first brick built fire truck, I think. I could be wrong. 1964, there wasn't a lot else out there, and most everything that was fire related was either the building or the HO scale vehicles. So I want to piece that one together. Again, it should be easy to piece together. I don't think I'll ever find the box or the instructions for this. It's one of my wanted list items on Bricklink, and nobody's been selling this. I'm sure it's one of the more rare of the 60s sets. There are a lot of 60 sets that you would think might be rare, but I see them all the time. You see them for sale all the time. Not this one for some reason. So yeah, I really want to get this one. The next one is one that we've already been working on piecing together. It's set 1590, the ANWB breakdown assistance set. Looks very small. It's on 2 base plates. I got the base plates. I got them down here. I haven't put them with the parts, but this is the one that we got a lot of the stickered pieces. Not all of them, but most of them. And so I need to start working that. It's funny. I've had the whole set uploaded into my wanted list. So when I'm looking at my wanted list in people's store, it shows all these parts for that set, but I haven't been buying them because I can't remember which ones I already got. So I need to go ahead and start checking that list off and get that NWB breakdown assistance built or assembled, the parts acquired. It's from 1982. So again, a lot of these are close to 40 years old or older. And here's another old one. It kind of reminds me of the one we had earlier, the 248, but this is at 1601 conveyance. I don't know why they call it conveyance. We've already started working on this. We do have the hard parts to get, the stickered pieces and the base plate. Could have sworn I bought the instructions for this years ago. If I did, I don't know where they are. I've been organizing the instructions. I have not come across them, so maybe I didn't buy them. But I do have the rare parts, and it's like, if anybody ever puts those instructions for sale, I'll probably have to buy them again, even if I already got them, just because I can't find them right now. This organization thing, if I get it done, it's going to save me so much from buying the same thing twice unnecessarily. All right, next one is another this is actually also from 1964. So I thought the other one was the only one, the fire truck was the oldest. This is also from the same year, but it is Townhouse, set 322. That set was on a thick base plate. A lot of those houses back in that time period were on the thin base plates, but this one's on a thick base plate, and it has a lot of bushes. I think they're granulated bushes, but could have been flat bushes too. I haven't gone into detail looking at the inventory, but not a lot of pieces. Should be able to piece it together. Just don't know if I'll be able to find the instructions. I mean, I can find them online, but I don't know if I can find a printed copy of the instructions. Another one that I'm working on is from 1983. It's set 7866, the level crossing, one of the few train sets I haven't acquired. I did own it back in the early 2000s, and I sold it. It's amazing how much stuff that I want now that I had, and I sold it back in the early days. And eBay was like a drug back then. So it was also like buying stuff, you get a rush, and selling stuff. Selling was amazing in the early 2000s. It was so cool watching the bids go up through the week. Like you listed something, it would just constantly get bids. And then at the end, it'd get a lot of bids. Now you list something and nobody bids on it to the end, if at all. But it was always fun listing stuff and seeing the bids go up. So I kind of listed stuff that now I kind of regret selling. And one of those was the double crossing. That's a funny name, double cross. The double crossing. It's the level crossing, set 7866 from the 12 volt theme. So got to finish piecing that together. I do have a lot of the hard to find parts, but they're in my basement, which in itself is going to make them hard to find because I don't know where I put them. Yeah. All right. So next, we got to have some duplo in here. So these next two are duplo. One is from 1976. It's set 074. It's just a basic duplo set. I want to get as many boxed versions of vintage Duplo as I can from this time period, the mid-70s. I'm working on some of the catalogs from that time period. So 1976, that Duplo set, and one of my all-time most wanted items on my list, and I almost didn't put it on here. It was on a previous list that I never got, but it's set 4785. It's the Black Castle. It's a Duplo set, probably the coolest Duplo set ever made. I don't know, I haven't seen it in person. Came in a ginormous box. It is a ginormous castle, and it is ginormously priced. Right now, it costs $300 to get one of those here. So that is my wanted list for 2022, and also some of the things I'm going to be working on. I've talked way too long. I'm losing my voice again. I still haven't fully recovered, but I'm going to go. I'll be back in another video real soon. I got a lot of packages coming to show you, and yeah, we'll be doing that. So let me know what you think of my list, and I'm going to go take this upstairs right now and put it with Lego Loco. See you guys.